StadiumDB.com presents Ligue 1 Uber Eats Stadiums of the 2023-24 season. Bonjour! Another season of Ligue competition is behind us. We already know all the results and we also know who will play in the French top tier next season. On this occasion, the editorial team at StadiumDB.com has prepared for you a presentation of all the arenas where the French elite will play in the coming season. There has been a major change from the previous competition. The league has shrunk from 20 to 18 teams. So, without further ado, here's an overview of Ligue 1 stadiums, which we've ranked according to the places they host occupied in the league at the end of the previous season, and we'll start with the venues of the newcomers. 18th place, Stade Municipal Saint-Symphorien, capacity 28,786, FC Metz. In 2019, the club's governing body began a major reconstruction of the facility, with work beginning with the demolition of the South Stand. The new construction was inaugurated in 2021, increasing the stadium's capacity to around 27,000 seats and bringing the venue up to UEFA and FIFA international standards. Then the first corner, southwest, was built, inaugurated at the beginning of the 2022-2023 season, increasing capacity to 28,786 seats. The southeast and west-north corners are still planned, but without a fixed construction date. 17th place, Stade Océane, capacity 25,181, Le Havre SC. The Ligue 2 winners' stadium is located on an old railroad and industrial site at the entrance to Le Havre. It reclassifies the peripheral and popular neighborhood. The Grand Stade project is part of the Estuarium Grenelle and aims to achieve a minimal carbon balance. It also aims to improve the city's image and is part of an urban planning philosophy. The dominant color of the facility is blue. Blue seats inside, blue polycarbonate film covering the facades, blue light inside when the sun comes in through the translucent cladding, and outside when lit from inside at night. Eiffel 65, anyone? 16th place, Stade de la Beaujoire, Louis Fonteneau, capacity 35,322, FC Nantes. The stadium was opened in the 1980s with a friendly match between FC Nantes and the Romanian national team. Its patron is Louis Fonteneau, who was an honorable president of the club from the north of France. The pitch is surrounded by stands on all sides. Behind the goals they are single-tiered, while those along the pitch are each 2 stories high. La Beaujoire hosted matches during Euro 1984, including France's 5-0 victory over Belgium, with 3 goals by Michel Platini. 6 matches were also played there during the 1998 World Cup, including the quarter-final between Brazil and Denmark. 15th place, Stade de la Meinau, capacity 20,000, RC Strasbourg. During the 1938 World Cup, La Meinau hosted one of the best first-round matches of all time, in which Brazil beat Poland 6-5 after extra time. When France was awarded the right to host the 1984 European Championships, the venue was rebuilt from scratch at a cost of just over 120 million francs. It then hosted the 1988 Cup Winners' Cup final, in which KV Mechelen beat Ajax Amsterdam 1-0. Strasbourg has announced that it will undertake work to expand its historic venue, and once completed, it will be able to accommodate 32,000 fans by 2026. This summer, work will begin to extend the stadium's south end. From next season, the ground's capacity will be reduced to 20,000, as the club will revamp the south and west stands. 14th place, Stade Francis Leblé, capacity 15,220, Stade Brestois 29. The stadium received its first proper stand on the occasion of the club's promotion to the elite in 1980. The new covered sectors allowed the capacity of the venue to be raised to more than 10,000, with half of the spectators being able to sit on benches with the rest standing. Thereafter, the stadium did not change until the Stade Brestois was promoted to Ligue, again back at the beginning of the 21st century. Initially, the idea of building a new arena in a different location was raised, but the concept of gradually rebuilding the current facility prevailed. In 2010, a completely new West Stand was built, bringing the number of seats above the 15,000 mark. 13th place, Stadium de Toulouse, capacity 33,150, Toulouse FC. The stadium sits on an island where Toulouse's Central Park is also located on the Garonne River flowing through the city. It was nicknamed Mini Wembley because of its original shape. Since its opening, the venue has undergone several significant renovations, the biggest so far being the one in 1997, giving it its current shape. In preparation for hosting Euro 2016, the stadium underwent a major redevelopment. Conducted in 3 phases, the work improved the layout of the stands, although it slightly reduced the capacity. In addition, the venue has hosted 2 Football World Cups and the Rugby World Cup in its history. 12th place, Stade de la Mosson, capacity 22,000, Montpellier HEC. The stadium was expanded to almost 36,000 seats just before the 1998 World Cup. The capacity was later reduced. The most distinctive part of the venue is the 3-tier honorary grandstand. It remains the only uncovered part of the venue, which is expected to change in the coming years. The eastern part of the arena, the Heidelberg stand, is occupied by the club's die-hard fans. In addition to the aforementioned tournament, the stadium hosted the Rugby World Cup in 2007. 11th place, Stade Auguste-Delaune, capacity 20,519, Stade de Reims. Inaugurated in the mid-1930s, the stadium was one of the arenas of the 1938 World Cup and hosted the first round match of the tournament, in which Hungary beat Indonesia by a massive 6-0. When Stade de Reims returned to the professional level at the beginning of the new century, it became urgent to thoroughly renovate the stadium, which was too small, outdated, and above all, dangerous. The design of a new 22,000-seat stadium on the site of the current facility was conceived in the middle of the first decade of the 21st century. In December 2008, the first match in the new arena was held, in which the locals were beaten 2-1 by Allianz. 10th place, Stade Yves-Allainmat, capacity 16,895, FC Lorient. The stadium underwent a series of upgrades in the early 21st century following Lorient's historic promotion to the Ligue 1 in 1998. Around 10 million euros worth of construction work was carried out to bring the stadium up to league standard. The popular Hummel stand was demolished, as was the cycling track surrounding the pitch. 2 new parts of the stadium were built: the Presidential Stand and the North Stand, where a standing section occupied by the club's fanatics, known as Brestois, is located. This was followed by the construction of a new South Stand from scratch for 4,500 spectators. Remember to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button. We'd also appreciate it if you liked this video and leave a comment below. Thanks! 9th place, Allianz Riviera, capacity 36,178, OGC Nice. The construction of Nice's new stadium took almost exactly 2 years, marginally exceeding the initial schedule. Planned for Euro 2016, the venue's capacity of more than 35,000 spectators was spread over 3 tiers of auditorium. This allows the number of spectator seats to be reduced in the event of lower match interest. The stadium was built near the city's western border, along the region's main road junctions. The architects designed a simple facility covered with translucent panels. Because of its ecological solutions, including solar panels on the roof and the use of wood in the structure, the arena's working name was Nice Eco Stadium. In the end, Allianz became the venue's sponsor. 8th place, Stade Gabriel Montpellier. Capacity 12,678. Clermont Foot. The eye-catcher here is the massive futuristic West Stand, which can accommodate almost 8,000 fans. According to the original plans, however, there were to be 2 stands, symbolizing human eyes. The author of the design is Jacques Kalisch. The stadium underwent its last major upgrade before the start of 2021-22 season, when the new floodlights and a surveillance system were installed. A temporary stand was also erected, increasing the capacity of the stadium to about 13,000 seats. Comprehensive reconstruction of the facility is expected to begin after the 2022-23 season, with the goal of having a 70,000-seat stadium from the summer of 2025. 7th place, Groupama Stadium. Capacity 59,186. Olympique Lyon. The stadium sits close to the city's beltway and international airport. Its defining feature is its vast irregular roof, which is designed to resemble the crown of the forest trees. It covers not only the stands but also the promenade around the venue. The stands hold around 60,000 spectators, approximately 6,000 of which being premium standard seats. The arena also offers 8 spacious VIP clubs overlooking the stands. Behind the goals, the lower sections of the auditorium have been enlarged to allow die-hard supporters to provide loud and synchronized cheering. The enhanced capacity compared to Stade de Gerland, as well as the percentage of the most expensive seats, have significantly increased profits over the former venue. There is even a talk of sums in the range of 100 million euros a year. 6th place, Stade Louis II. Capacity 18,523. AS Monaco. The stadium was built on land reclaimed from the sea and is part of a huge sports complex used on a daily basis by all the inhabitants of this tiny country. In addition to the stadium, the entire compound includes an underground indoor arena with a capacity of 4,600 spectators, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, 3 smaller swimming pools and 15 minor sports halls. The building also houses a shopping center, 2 museums, a multi-purpose conference hall, club offices, the headquarters of the University of Monaco, and many other offices. Between 1998 and 2012, the venue regularly hosted the best teams of the old continent in European Super Cup matches. 5th place, Stade Pierre-Mauroy. Capacity 50,000. OSC Lille. In keeping with the design, the body of the stadium has been lined on the outside with LED lights that can shimmer in many colors. On one of the facades, they form a giant screen emitting images projected simultaneously on 2 outward-facing LED displays. Inside, the stands are divided into 3 levels, with the middle one entirely dedicated to business customers. The facility is innovative thanks to the ability to slide one half of the pitch over the other, a solution that was innovative when the stadium was commissioned. Underneath the sliding half there is an indoor sports court with small stands. And thanks to France's first retractable roof and the curtain sliding on half of the stadium, the facility can be used as a giant sports hall without damaging the pitch resting on the other enclosed half. Fourth place, Roazhon Park. Capacity 29,778. Stade Rennes FC. The venue is located in the western part of the Rennes metropolitan area. Its surroundings include the Vilaine River to the south, the road heading towards Lorient to the north, hence the stadium's historic name, and the Beltway to the west. In the late 1990s, a proposal for a comprehensive redevelopment of the stadium was agreed and construction work began. Stand by stand, the facility gradually changed, receiving its final shape in 2004. The redevelopment, designed by Bruno Godin, cost around 37 million euros. For a similar amount, the stadium was supposed to grow to 35,000 seats for Euro 2016, but the plan has not been implemented. Third place, Orange Velodrome. Capacity 67,394. Olympique Marseille. The venue takes its name from the football and cycling layout at the time of its opening in the 1930s. Later, however, the famous OM made its permanent home at the inner city velodrome, in time, moreover, stripping the stadium of its cycling function. Its unique shape and capacity of more than 60,000 seats made it famous worldwide, but it aroused mixed feelings among the locals. The facility offered poor visibility and acoustics, as well as failed to provide protection from the sun and gusty sea winds. Therefore, just 5 years after the completion of the works, planning for the next upgrade, this time including primarily the roofing, began. For a long time, none of the several concepts could be implemented, and it was only France's success in the bid to host Euro 2016 that a breakthrough was made. The winning concept involved extending the stands along the pitch. The western stand was built from scratch, as well as roofing the whole structure with an impressive umbrella. The dynamically formed stadium was ready 3 years after work began, at a cost of a massive 268 million euros. Second place, Stade Bollaert-Delelis. Capacity 38,223. Lens. Until the 1998 World Cup, this was the largest venue in all of France, with a capacity reaching over 51,000 seats. In order to prepare the arena for the tournament from scratch, 3 new stands were built, which are very steep. The compact stadium, albeit with only partial roofing, is known for its heated atmosphere. Its defects came to be rectified before the next major tournament, Euro 2016. The 70 million euros redevelopment led to a slight decrease in the capacity of the auditorium, a complete replacement of the roof, facade, and partly the back facilities. The stadium received a distinctive canopy with masts 72 meters high, supporting a truss structure. Interestingly, the stadium could accommodate all the residents of Lens, but fans from all over the region regularly come to the venue. First place, Parc des Princes. Capacity 47,929. Paris Saint-Germain. The current Parc des Princes is already the third stadium to be built on the former Princes recreation ground. In 1972, a huge concrete shell with a unique brutalist form was built. The design by the visionary Roger Dalibert was ahead of its time, and its exterior is listed on a heritage site to this day. Inside, the architect designed 2-story stands, which did not undergo any significant redevelopment for a long time. Before Euro 2016, however, the business and media areas were expanded. There are plans to considerably enlarge the auditorium and completely reorganize the interior of the arena, It is difficult to count all the major events that have taken place at the venue. In addition to PSG and Stade François rugby matches, it hosted 2 World Cups and European Championships, 3 Champions League finals, 2 UEFA Cup finals, 1 Cup Winners' Cup final, and 33 French Cup finals. And that was the final venue in our 2023-24 Ligue 1 stadiums overview. Which one do you like best? Let us know in the comments below, and stay tuned as we're already preparing our next stadium-related content for you. See you next time!